What is going on YouTube? Ahkezz here, back with a brand new video for you guys today. Now what you're going to be watching is Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered gameplay. It's going to be sniping gameplay, but the topic of today's video is how to become a better sniper in Call of Duty. Everything you need to know, every tip and trick you need to know to become a better sniper in Call of Duty. Now I'm going to start off with the most important tip, which is sensitivity. Sensitivity, you need to find the one that suits you best. Obviously the sensitivity in this game is up to 20 and I'm currently sitting on 10 and I'm in the process of going up to about 12. So I wouldn't recommend any sensitivity below 9 or 10, and if you're on a low sensitivity like 3 or 4 at the moment, just go up a couple at a time and then just every day or so, and then just get used to that and just keep going up until you find that sensitivity that suits you. Obviously the higher sensitivities the better. You can turn on people, your reaction time is going to be better at a high sensitivity while sniping because you're doing a lot of quick scoping. The aim assist in this is very beneficial to higher sensitivities as well, so I would recommend a high sensitivity. Once you find that sensitivity, stick to it, practice with it, repetition with it, and just get used to that sensitivity. Changing your sensitivity every single day is not going to make you become a better sniper. It's just gonna hurt your ability because you're not used to the sensitivity that you're playing on. So be consistent with that sensitivity. Once you find it, stick to it and practice with it. Now the next step is going to be holding your breath while you're quick scoping and you're hard scoping. This is an obvious one. I think quick scoping when you're holding your breath makes an improvement. It shoots straighter, but that I could be wrong. That could be just a myth, but holding your breath is always very beneficial. The next step is obviously going to be perks. The first perk is going to be Bandwaller. That's the only one I use for sniper rifles. You want to have maximum ammo. You don't want to run out of ammo while you're trying to get feeds or go on a streak or whatever. The second perk, the most important one, is stopping power. Now stopping power prevents you from getting as many hit markers, and it helps you kill people with jug a lot quicker. So I recommend using stopping power. Sleight of hand, juggernaut, everything else will give you a ton, absolute ton of hit markers. Now I'm not underestimating this. Like, I have played with sniper rifles without stopping power, and the hit markers you get is astronomical. You get a lot of them. So I recommend using stopping power. Makes your bullets stronger and less likely to get hit markers. Now perk 3 can be one of two perks. It can be deep impact or steady aim. Obviously if you're a beginner into sniping and into Call of Duty, I would use steady aim. It helps you aim down the scope better, helps with less sway, and you can hold your breath longer, so steady aim is very beneficial there. Or if you just prefer using steady aim, then that's fine. I prefer to use deep impact. I like to wallbang people, I like to be able to shoot through walls and stuff like that, and I don't see the use of steady aim. I don't need it, but and deep impact I find very overpowered in this game as well, but it's whatever you prefer. If you want to start off with steady aim, you can change it up and go to deep impact, whatever one suits you best. The next tip to make you a better sniper in Call of Duty is none other than practice.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
It's obvious one. Practice makes perfect. Repetition is going to make you better at something, with everything in life, with sport, with games, with study, whatever else. Obviously practicing and repeating it is going to make you better at that game or activity. So practicing in this game is very, very easy. You can just do private mode, free for all. You can chuck some bots in there, and the difficulty of bots can go up to veteran. I like to put them on veteran, put 5 or 6 bots in the lobby on shipment. I run around with my sniper rifle, and it just helps my reaction time, helps me get my shot on, helps me warm up in the morning. And every time I feel like my shot is off, I just hop in there, try to practice a little bit more. It's very good to practice. It's very easy to practice in this game. So if you want to be a very good sniper in this game, you're going to have to practice with bots, free for all. That's what I recommend to do. Then the next step and the next tip is going to make you a better sniper, or make it easier for you to snipe, is obviously Ahkezz. This is very good for beginners. Ahkezz is very, very easy to use. I like to call it the training wheels of sniping in Call of Duty, especially Modern Warfare Remastered. Obviously the Ahkezz sights aren't in every Call of Duty for sniping, that is. But the Ahkezz sights in this are very easy and they're very overpowered, especially the M40A3. I don't know if you guys knew this, but most of you probably will. But if you use the M40A3 with an Ahkezz sight in Modern Warfare Remastered, you get 0 hit markers, so that's a benefit as well. So if you're just starting out, use the Ahkezz sight. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to to use. You're not aiming down this regular long scope. You're not going to get any hit markers with the M40A3 with an Ahkezz sight, and you can use an Ahkezz sight in any of the sniper rifles in this game. That is a good way to just introduce yourself to sniping, or if you just feel like using an Ahkezz sight, then just jump that, slot that on there, and the no hit markers is very beneficial for M40A3 as well. Now the next tip I'm going to give you is pick a sniper rifle that you like best and stick with it, or obviously if your shot's on for that sniper rifle that particular day, you're going to want to stick with that sniper rifle. Obviously some people are better with some snipers than others. For the beginners, I recommend a Barrett 50 cal. It's a lot easier to use than a lot of the other sniper rifles because it's semi-automatic. You don't have to, it's not pump action. It's a lot easier to use, and it's just an overpowered sniper rifle as well. Pair that with the Ahkezz sight and it'll be easy for you to begin sniping in Call of Duty if you're just starting now. For those of you that have been sniping for a while, obviously you don't use the Barrett 50 cal at all, but you guys are going to have preference to snipers that you do like more than other snipers as well. Button layout is another thing that's going to help you improve your sniping ability. Finding the button layout that suits you best is going to be very beneficial towards your ability to snipe. Obviously you want to get those controls figured out and stick to it and be consistent, but you really need to figure out the controls that suit you best. My preference is I play on flipped controls. I use the L1 and the R1 to shoot instead of my bottom triggers. It's just the way I prefer to play. So if you're having trouble sniping, if you're having trouble playing red gunning, that is as well, but this is most importantly for sniping, maybe change it up, play on flipped and see if that works for you, or change up any other settings. You can change your controller settings. There's heaps of it in the options menu in Modern Warfare Remastered or any other game. I like to snipe in any game with these flip controls. I find it very beneficial towards me, and I know other people that have said the same thing, and I know a lot of pro gamers use the top buttons as well. So you're having a lot of trouble, maybe just switch to those flip controllers, give it a shot, adjust to it first and see how it goes. Paid improvements in equipment are another thing that can help your sniping ability and improve your sniping ability. Buying controllers like scuff controllers are very beneficial towards gaming and sniping in general. Scuff controllers 100% will improve your sniping ability and your gaming ability in general. They are very beneficial to anyone that plays Call of Duty. I know not everyone can afford these type of controllers. They are very expensive, and I didn't buy one till about 2-3 years ago when I was in high school, when I was first gaming and starting out. I couldn't afford to buy all of this stuff. That's why I gave you all the tips and tricks, all the stuff you don't need to buy, but I just wanted to put this in there for people that might think about buying this kind of stuff. But scuff controllers, you can get grips on there that help you with sweaty hands. Obviously you don't want your hands slipping off the controllers or the thumbsticks. You can choose different types of thumbsticks for your preference. You can do short ones, tall ones, domed and concave, and a mix of the both, which I find the dome thumbsticks to be very beneficial towards me and my snipe, help with sniping a lot. So I run with small domed concave thumbsticks on my left one, so I can grip my finger in and it's good for movement, and my aiming on my right analog stick is tall domed thumbstick, and I find it's very, very good for aiming. A cheaper alternative to a scuff controller, you can buy Control Freaks, which is just for your analog sticks. They help with grip and everything else. Check them out. Check them out at your local gaming store. They help. So I find thumbsticks are very, very important to be a good gamer, and sniping is very important with thumbsticks. So aiming down your sight and everything is a lot easier if you buy these kind of things. Obviously if you can't afford to, that's fine, but Control Freaks are very cheap. They're about 20 bucks. If you can, pick some up, they will help you. A monitor and headset are another two things that help you and are very beneficial. Monitor helps you see a lot of detail, sees you long distance, and obviously with map coloring and stuff like this in Modern Warfare Remastered and sniping in general, you want to see long distance. Monitor are going to be very beneficial. Growing up, I couldn't always afford that kind of stuff, and I was using a big screen TV until about a year ago when I switched to a monitor, and I found the improvement automatically. I played better, I can see better. It's just an easier day gaming if you're using a monitor. Same goes for the headset. You can hear everything a lot better. You can sound haul people, you can hear people moving for a mile away. You can see what direction they're going in just because you can hear their footsteps moving in that direction. That will help you be a better sniper as well. That's going to do it for my video today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If any of these tips and tricks did help you improve your sniping ability, please smash that like button, show the video around. It really does help me out. Any suggestions and feedback, put in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.